Hello guys, welcome to Ashford Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a vegetarian, or you can call it a vegan recipe using tofu and some vegetables, which is very good fiber intensive meal, which is very good for dinner. It's very easy to make if you follow this recipe. I'm using a giant couscous. It can be easily cooked in a microwave just for 10 to 12 minutes in a full power with a doubled amount of water. You can cook it. Then I steamed broccoli. As mentioned, broccoli is a very good fiber. I'm going to use some sweet potatoes for crunchy texture, as well as sweet potato on its own is a complex carbohydrate. It's very good for your diet. And some sliced spring onions and steamed runner green beans and some sliced peppers. I'm using a marinated tofu. I already marinated tofu with the garlic chili paste. Take 300 grams of tofu and 1 spoon of garlic chili paste. Marinate for 15 minutes before cooking. So let's fry this tofu. Take a 10 to 15 ml of oil of choice and use this marinated tofu, which I marinated using 1 spoon of garlic chili paste, which already has a salt, so there's no need to add salt. Just fry it in a medium flame for not more than 10 minutes until you see a very slight brown color of. Okay, once you see then it's been cooked, then you can use it. Better to cook now so that we can. Anyway, I'm going to use this in the last stage of the process, so it's better to cook now and let it rest for some time, then we can use it later. And this garlic chili paste is really useful combinations, and it will be gives a fantastic flavor and taste for the recipe, and it has some extra hot. Now in a pan of oil, 10 ml of oil, add some crushed garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, and some sliced spring onion, around 50 grams of sliced spring onion. Just stir fry for a couple of minutes. I'm going to add not much spice. I'm going to add only coriander powder and cumin powder, so not any special spice. I want to make it very gentle one. And add the sliced sweet potatoes and cook it for a few minutes. I want it a little bit crunchy, so I don't want to cook much. Then add the steamed green beans and broccoli. Stir fry for less than 2 to 3 minutes in a low flame. Now add salt to taste. Add one spoon or 1.5 spoon of salt. Then I'm going to add some cumin powder and coriander powder. The main reason why I make this recipe is because as a research scientist by profession, I used to read a lot of medical journals, and one of the journal I'm interested in from the Harvard Medical School, where they did a lot of series of experimental studies and came to a conclusion that a daily intake of 10 to 15 grams of fiber will reduces the risk of colon cancer by 30%. And we should use this kind of food at least twice or thrice in a week to get this benefit. And also, as a microfiber is known to reduce your cholesterol level also. And also this broccoli and green beans, it has not only fiber, it has some essential minerals, which is really useful as a micronutrient. So it has a lot of advantage. And also I'm using a well-balanced fiber, carbohydrate, and as well as the protein using this tofu, which is very light, easily digestible. Now add a spoon of cumin and coriander powder. Then fry it uniformly. And I'm now adding tomato paste, because tomato, as you know, tomato paste gives a bit of acidity for the recipe. It will enhances the taste. And you can also add a fresh tomato, but I'm not going to add it because fresh tomato release some water that's not going to be useful for this recipe I am trying to make. So better to add a tomato puree. So once you mix uniformly, now I'm adding a giant couscous. As you know, you see this couscous get lumpy or look a cake, but don't worry. Once you stir it in a gentle heat, then this giant couscous will split and mix it uniformly, as you see now. So it's not lumpy or cake anymore. It's really uniformly split. And as you mentioned before, this recipe is specifically useful for your gut, which enhances the fiber value, which improves your digestive system. And now the tofu, as I mentioned, tofu is a very light protein alternative for vegan as well as vegetarian. Anybody, even child, any age group can enjoy this. Tofu is very soft and very light and very easily digestible. So I thoroughly recommend anyone to use this recipe once in a while to understand the benefit, to realize the importance of this microfiber as a important part of our dietary habits. So I encourage everyone to use this kind of food, any kind of foods, but it should have some more fiber using vegetables. The vegetable is really important part of this fiber-based food. So at least I suggest to use at least 3 times in a week this kind of healthy options, and it will be really useful. You can easily follow this recipe by following this, and it's very practically is more convenient, especially is really useful for the dinner. It's really very light for any age group. It's very good, and it also now I'm adding red pepper as yellow pepper. So the yellow pepper is really gives a bit sweetness, and also I'm not going to cook for a long time, so just a couple of minutes. It gives some very crunchy taste for the recipe, and it's as know that this is also another fiber diet you should use in your cooking the peppers. And this is as a well-balanced recipe for specifically for design for evening dinner. And please follow this recipe, and you can benefit the effect of the micronutrient and microfibers. I am going to encourage and I'm going to make more recipes of this type in future. And you can subscribe my channel to get the update on interesting recipes with unusual ingredients and combinations. Once again, thank you for watching, and hope to see you again with my more videos. And better subscribe my channels to see more interesting updates. And thank you for watching. You can garnish with your food with sliced spring onions if you want, and otherwise you can also finish garnishing the coriander, but I have some leftover. I use this. Thank you very much.